This is Brown University, founded in 1764, the third oldest university in New England, the seventh oldest in America. Brown is located in Providence, Rhode Island. This former colonial trading center at the head of Narragansett Bay is now the second largest city in New England. Situated at the top of College Hill in the residential section of the city, Brown has the quiet atmosphere of a community set apart not only from the city streets. It seems to the observer to belong to an earlier day when things were less hectic, less rushed. There is much to remind the visitor of early America, when this was a small but already distinguished liberal arts college. Brown is still a small place in comparison with other universities, a fact which surprises many who know its worldwide reputation as a liberal arts and science center. Despite the serene mood of the campus, there are ever present the activities of people very much in the world of today, and in fact, very much in the world of the future. The faculty are busy teaching the young men and women at Brown and Pembroke who will be responsible for the world of tomorrow. And they themselves are doing research at the frontiers of knowledge in all important fields, passing on the knowledge they have gained to the young, so that they in turn can keep the flame of discovery burning. This is the division of engineering at Brown. Behind the walls of the Prince Engineering Laboratory, a modern teaching and research facility, members of the engineering faculty are using the latest equipment to instruct undergraduates in the basic principles and techniques of engineering science. They work in small groups, often with one or two students, to give close personal attention to individual students' questions, interests, and needs. Since there are 200 engineering students at Brown and one faculty member for every 6 students, close association between faculty and students is easily achieved. Students learn not by rote, not by repetition of simple laboratory exercises, but by actually doing experiments, by working together on independent projects. The doors to faculty offices are always open for consultation or for help in understanding an engineering problem. Every member of the faculty is engaged in research in his field, and many are consultants to industries and government. Together they have published more than 500 research papers and books, and some are editors of journals in their profession. Yet because of Brown's university college structure with its characteristic single faculty system, all of these distinguished men teach freshmen and sophomores as well as advanced graduate students. Teaching is their primary function. Because of the emphasis on undergraduate studies, the university's $1 million digital computer, an IBM 7070, is available to all engineering students. Freshmen are taught how to program this computer and actually put it to use for homework problems. Thereafter, they may use it for further research projects and for analyzing data from experiments. All of this effort in behalf of the undergraduates is toward one end: to educate engineers for a lifetime of useful service in their respective fields. There are 4 broad areas of concentration offered at Brown: electrical, mechanical, civil, and aerospace. Merely choosing a field of engineering is not the whole story. There are many different kinds and different levels of engineers, and there are many different ways to train them. Which one is best? Here is Dr. Joseph Clark, professor of aeronautical engineering at Brown, to tell you about the way Brown trains its engineers and why.
The problem of a rapidly changing technology and of the corresponding technologically oriented engineering curriculum is well illustrated by the field of aeronautical engineering. Just after World War II, aircraft propulsion was by propellers. The students spent a great deal of time understanding and designing propellers. Because he was doing this, he was not doing something else. Then came the jet age with a roar. The roar bespoke the end of an epoch and the beginning of a new one. It also demanded a brand new curriculum. Thus, even a young, recent grad found himself the product of an obsolescent program. This new epoch and new generation of engineers had a brilliant career and also a brief one. The large booster rocket and Sputnik ushered in a bigger revolution. The aeronautical engineer had an entirely new vehicle in an entirely new environment. It seemed he again needed a completely new type of training. Some time ago, Brown University arrived at this solution to the educational problem associated with rapid technological change. We decided the student required a grounding in every field of engineering and the related sciences, as well as education in his chosen field. It was a mistake, we felt, to have a curriculum that restricted a student's education to one field of engineering, and that taught only the current technology of that field, for that would become obsolete a few years later. And so Brown's engineering division became a pioneer in a science-oriented basic education for its engineering students. What do I mean by science-oriented basic education? It's simple. Here's Wright Davis, an engineering junior at Brown. He's programming the digital computer for an experiment in thermodynamics. Every other third-year student in engineering is tackling similar problems in the same course. No one takes specialized courses until his senior year. Each student is mastering the fundamental tools of a science and mathematics necessary for his advanced work in an engineering field. Besides thermodynamics, Wright is taking courses in basic electrical circuits, the theory of structures, fundamentals of electronics, and properties of solids. All of these courses are science-oriented. They emphasize basic scientific phenomena, and they are fundamental to all branches and fields of engineering.
Next year, as a senior, we'll begin specialized courses in one engineering field: civil, electrical, mechanical, or aerospace. Why have I spent 3 years just on engineering fundamentals? I asked one of my professors. Look, he said, you can't learn everything about engineering in 4 years. There's just so much time to teach, just so much the mind can absorb. You can learn about radar receivers and fractional distillation of petroleum on your own, he said, out of books and journals. But it's almost impossible to teach yourself quantum physics and servo mechanisms and network theory. With the solid background in these fundamentals that you acquire at Brown, you can read, learn, and understand nearly everything going on in the world of engineering and science, present or future. And you can look forward to a life of useful and valuable service in your branch of engineering. I know, of course, that my learning will not end after 4 years. You never stop learning in any field of engineering.
Brown, in addition to the regular 4-year Bachelor of Science program, offers several special 5-year programs to provide the engineer with a choice which best meets his particular needs and interests. For example, a student of high academic standing can take a combined bachelor's and master's degree program in engineering by beginning his graduate-level studies in his 4th year. Or he can get both a Bachelor of Science degree and a Bachelor of Arts degree in 5 years by taking additional foreign language, humanities, and social studies courses, as well as the normal engineering requirements. Any one of these 4 or 5-year programs is especially valuable for those who look forward to a responsible position in management, industry, research, or government. And for those who wish to continue their education further, the graduate school at Brown offers the regular postgraduate engineering programs, leading to both master's and doctoral degrees. What is most important here at Brown is that you get sound and basic fundamentals in the engineering sciences so that you can grow and move with ease in your specialty, both during college and after graduation. Your diverse background permits you to handle any new problems that may arise. When Brown established its 3-year common curriculum in engineering, it was a revolutionary development. Now it is increasingly clear to our age that this is the practical and sensible way to educate outstanding young people for a lifetime of important service in the engineering sciences. Both the American Society for Engineering Education and the Engineers' Council for Professional Development have clearly paralleled the engineering curriculum at Brown in giving a model toward which engineering educators are urged to aim. There are other long-established traditions in the engineering program at Brown. One is that the student spends about 1/5 of his time in courses of his own choosing in the humanities and social sciences. A grounding in the liberal arts is necessary for the engineer to gain a sense of social responsibility, to develop emotional sensitivity and maturity, and to be able to communicate effectively his technical knowledge to people in other fields with other interests. Another long-established tradition at Brown is the encouragement of individual initiative in learning. Armed with the tools of knowledge he has gained in the classroom, the truly educated man strikes out on his own to explore new areas of knowledge. In the Physical Sciences Library at Brown, he will find many paths to follow, and he is encouraged to use the 5 other Brown libraries as well, with their combined resources of over 1 million volumes.
This is Wright Davis again. Here at Brown, the engineering student is made to feel a part of the university. Not only do you take many of the courses that the liberal arts students take, but you spend plenty of time with friends who have all sorts of different interests. There are about 2,400 men students in the college. You won't be able to know them all, of course, but you will come to know many. You live and study with them. You'll meet them in the lounges of the dormitories and fraternities, over coffee at Fawn's house, at meals in Sharp Refectory. And, of course, you'll meet the girls of Pembroke, our sister college. Pembroke, a part of Brown University, is just 2 blocks away, and the 900 girls of the college attend the same classes we do here on the Brown campus. Our close proximity to Pembroke and other women's colleges allows you to have a full yet inexpensive social life.
College is more than a 4-year stepping stone to a career. It ought to be an experience valued for itself. It should be accompanied by a joy of learning, an eager spirit, a regard for one's fellow man. It can be a very rich experience, as in the classroom when, in that moment of discovery, the dry stuff of textbooks suddenly becomes knowledge understood and useful. It can be a memorable experience when friendships are cemented with classmates who come from many different backgrounds, yet share many of the same goals and concerns. It can be rewarding outside of class when you're heard over radio station WBRU, when you work out with the Air Force or Navy ROTC drill teams, when you take a trip with the outing club. And it can be fun when you join in varsity or intramural sports. Athletics is for everyone at Brown. Brown has 40 acres of athletic fields next to the campus. There are facilities for tennis, squash, gymnastics, boxing, handball, and a variety of other sports. The hockey rink is one of the nation's finest, and it has a larger playing area than that in Madison Square Garden. In short, there are athletic facilities of every description, and Brown students use them avidly. More than half of the undergraduates take some part in the athletic program. Of course, you can take your sports from the sidelines, cheering on the teams of Brown in intercollegiate athletics, or making the music that's so much a part of every game. In nearly a dozen different sports, ranging from football to swimming to baseball, and soccer, there is a full schedule of games with other Ivy League teams: Columbia, Cornell, Dartmouth, Harvard, Pennsylvania, Princeton, and Yale. The Brown spirit is lively, for these are the oldest college rivalries in the country. Choosing the right vocation is an important decision and should not be taken lightly. Here is a word of counsel from Dr. Paul Mader, Professor of Engineering and Chairman of the Division of Engineering at Brown.
Before deciding on engineering as a career, you should take stock of your aptitudes. I think a great many young people confuse the ability to take a car or a watch apart and put it together again as an indication of engineering aptitude. Certainly, manual mechanical ability is of great value to an engineer, but an interest in science and mathematics and the willingness to work hard are the real criteria. The student who enjoys science and mathematics in all their forms, who has devoted considerable time to these disciplines in secondary school, who has done well in these and other subjects, and who is eager to put in extra effort to master the scientific basis of engineering, will be a successful engineering student at Brown.
There is a great opportunity at Brown for those students who qualify. Here you will find the men to inspire you, the facilities to train you for a bright future in engineering. Brown seeks able, creative, and ambitious students, and for these an extensive program of financial aid is available. $1,200,000 in the form of scholarships, jobs, and loans is awarded annually to more than 1/3 of the student body. You are welcome to visit the campus, to talk with members of the admission and financial aid offices, and most certainly to correspond with them. They will be happy to answer your questions, to show you the university and what it offers, and to help you judge Brown and guide you to a decision best for you.
Alma mater, we hail thee with loyal devotion, and bring to thine altar our offering of praise. Our hearts will within us with joyful emotion.
As Barnaby Keeney, the president of Brown University, has pointed out, to provide adequately for the future of engineering, it is not enough for us to hitch our wagon to a star. We must hitch it to a star beyond today's horizon. The engineering division of Brown has its eyes on that far horizon. We invite those who can meet its requirements to join us in preparing to meet tomorrow's challenges in engineering.
Roses transient as April's brief shine.